Question: have you ever tried lentil soup? It is by far a most underrated bean or legume, whatever you want to call it, soup. And it is so good, and it is so humble, and it is truly a wonderful, healthy budget stretcher. Back in a minute. Hi, this is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. How's everybody doing today? Hope that this video, as always, finds everybody doing well. If you're brand new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a longtime subscriber, a veteran here, a sincere and humble thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're just dropping by to say hello, hello. Hope you come back one day and stick around. Talking about the humble lentil. If you've been afraid to work with things like lentils or split peas or whatever and only buy it from a can or a box, you are truly missing out on some really, really healthy alternatives. In my opinion, I'm telling you, warm, hearty lentil soup. I'm going to give you the recipe. So if you're interested, go get yourself a pen and a paper. We have plenty of blustery, chilly nights. And this is so very cost effective. And you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck. You could serve this alone. You could have it with crusty bread on the side. Some people like to even add maybe even a half a cup of rice to their lentil soup. But I'm going to give you the most basic of lentil soup recipes. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to do it. So if you're soup phobic or cooking phobic, this recipe is for you. All right, lentil soup. All you're going to need, one small chopped onion, 2 carrots, chopped carrots, 2 stalks of celery. And I recommend using garlic powder as opposed to clove of garlic. But if you prefer to add clove of garlic, make sure not to burn it in the beginning. And I'll tell you about that in a minute. 1 cup of lentils and 6 to 8 cups of water, 1 chicken or beef or even vegetable bouillon cube, just one. And if you don't have a bouillon cube, you could do the following. You could take a packet from one of your ramen noodles and use that as flavor, or just omit it and just simply substitute some salt to taste. So what you're going to do is you're going to put a little bit of oil on the bottom of your soup pot. You're going to add the chopped vegetables that I mentioned. You're going to let that cook about a minute or two. You're not turning it brown or anything, just sort of softening it up a little bit. To that, you're going to add your 6 to 8 cups of water. I personally recommend that you add 8 cups of water because you're going to lose some of it in the evaporation process. So then after that, you put all your vegetables, they're all in there. The last thing you're going to add is if you want to add actual garlic or if you want to add garlic powder, whatever. And of course, you're going to add your 1 cup of lentils. Then what you're going to do is you're going to cover that lentil soup pot. You're going to cover it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to boil it. You're going to boil it for until it hits boiling. You're going to let that go for about 30 minutes, but don't completely cover that pot. You're going to let the cover have a little bit of steam being able to escape from it. That's why I had recommended the 8 cups of water. And then what you're going to do after that, after a half hour, of course, you're going to stir it in between. Then you're going to turn down your stove, the temperature. You're going to put it down to simmer. Then you're going to simmer this about 15, 20 minutes. Check it. If your lentils have softened up, taste it. See if it's the texture that you enjoy. If it needs to go a few minutes longer, you let it go a few minutes longer. That's it. No rocket science here. None at all whatsoever. You get a whole lot of it. And believe me, when you even buy one smaller bag, you're going to get more than 1 cup of it. So that means you're going to get a lot of value. And I am all for value. If you haven't tried it, give it a whirl. Maybe you like it. Maybe you won't. But if you never try it, how are you ever going to find out? My bet is you're going to like it. Putting in all the ingredients I had mentioned, and they're very inexpensive. Onions are cheap, carrots are cheap, celery, the whole thing is quite inexpensive. You could have it as a standalone meal, like I said earlier, with a crust of bread. You could enhance it by putting in maybe about a half a cup of rice to give it even more bulk if that's what you're looking for. There you go. In the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for viewing. Why? Because I really do appreciate who? You. Don't forget to come back in the future for some more savings, tips, and tricks. Now let me close out the show and I'll be back with a wave. Amazing, fantastic day. If you make this recipe, let me know. Let me know how you like it. Take good care now. Bye-bye.